What is going on, everybody? 10,000 followers on Instagram. That is insane. Um, I'm super happy. I'm super grateful. Obviously, 10,000 is a huge amount. Like, it's a huge amount to me. Like, I know it's not a million. I know it's not 100,000, but it is 10,000. It does mean that I went from 2,000 followers, 2,400, like, shit, I don't know how long ago it was, but I have that screenshot. I think it was like March 31st or something like that. So actually no, it probably wasn't March 31st, but I used to have 2,000, then I hit 3,000, 6,000, and I kind of knew I was gonna hit 10,000 at some point. Just had to be consistent, and then I hit 10,000 on Instagram. So that's super awesome. This video, I kind of wanted to teach you guys how I did it, because I know a lot of people have similar dream as mine. They wanna inspire others. They want to put out that fitness content and be like, like, hey, like, you can do it too. And I know there are a lot of people who are underrated, and they post a lot and they're consistent, and they still don't get on the algorithm, which is gonna be the main topic of today's video. Is gonna be the algorithm. But basically, I'm gonna run you guys down how it went with me, and then hopefully you can take stuff from that and be able to apply it to growing your account too. And it doesn't even have to be fitness. It can literally be anything. The algorithm works the same for all accounts, regardless of the type of content that they post. But essentially, when I started out with 2,400, right? Or like, I started out like this used to be my personal account, the one that I have 10K on, right? And so I kept on posting and posting, and I remember like last year I really started to like post a lot of gym reels and post a lot of stuff like that, and nothing would ever take off. Like, yeah, sure, here and there I had a couple posts where I got lucky, but I didn't really understand the algorithm. I didn't understand how it worked. I was just growing my account through luck, but most times I wasn't lucky. Like, I had a lot of reels that would only get not even a couple hundred likes, like a couple, like 60 likes or some shit like that, or like the only 3 comments were from like my girlfriend and like my other friends. So like, I wasn't in the algorithm at all, and like I was posting a ton of reels, posting reels 3 times a day. I wasn't really doing posts. I was really only more doing reels, which was honestly my first mistake. So one thing I would have done differently back then is start posting more, but I didn't know about that. Obviously, I only knew about like Instagram reels and stuff like that, but I kept on posting and it wasn't working. So like, I started to experiment, like, is it the amount of hashtags, is it the audio I'm using, like what goes behind the fact that like my video isn't doing well? And I couldn't figure it out. Funnily enough, I could not figure it out. I just kept on posting in hopes that one day it would take off, but like I didn't have a real like, oh, I know this will do well. Because there's a difference when you post and you're like, oh, I hope it gets views, I hope it gets followers, versus when you post and you're like, no, I know this is gonna do well, right? Or like, I know this is gonna bring me followers, comments, whatever it is you're looking for, right? And so after like a year of posting reels consistently and nothing taking off, I was like, shit. Like, and again, this was like up until recently, because I really didn't start doing this post style until recently. But one day I was like, oh, instead of like videos, let me just post instead, right? And then I took a couple different pictures, and I liked how all of them looked. To be honest, like, I looked dragged in all of them. So I was like, okay, well, let me just throw these 3 pictures into one picture and upload that. And look, a little disclaimer, I see on Instagram now that like people have been doing this for a while, but it was a very foreign concept to me. Like, I didn't know that would be what would really set my account off. But one day I did that post. I did a little 3-in-1 post, like 3 little strips going this way, and I posted that with one hashtag. All I used was hashtag gym, and I used like some random audio that I liked. I feel like the audio choice doesn't really matter to an extent. Obviously, like, trending stuff is always gonna do better, but just because the audio isn't trending doesn't mean that you can't post to it. But I posted a non-trending audio. I did that picture format. I used hashtag gym, and like, I think 2 days later, I saw that it blew up. Like, it got like 900 likes or something like that, and I was like, damn, like, nothing I ever post does this well, And it's like, oh, I wonder if I keep on posting this way, like this format, this style, like one hashtag, stuff like that, like I wonder if this will actually like help me blow up my account. So then I made another post, and it was like a side by side post, but it wasn't necessarily that like 3-in-1 split. And that one did like okay, it was like a mid post, right? So then I was like, no, okay, let me go back to the original style 3-in-1, see if that works. Posted like that, it did super well again. Kept on posting like that. Those posts kept on doing well. Then I started to gain followers, right? And the following count kept going up, and like I started like, you know, taking cooler pictures, if that makes any sense. So like trying to find good lighting, trying to find the best angle, see like it's really having a vision, you know, like it's not like, oh, I just take a picture and whatever. Like no, like I try and set up everything so that the picture looks perfect, you know. And like I feel like that does attribute as to how I was actually able to grow my account so much more, is because I started like having visions before posting. I started to think like, what would look insanely tough right now, and then I'd be like, oh, like, you know, maybe like taking it in this lighting or taking it with this angle or this whatever. And like I kept on applying that to that same 3-in-1 format that originally did well, and like literally I did that up until like 10,000 followers. And I remember like I never even bought followers, but this is something I will address in this video of like, oh, you know, sometimes I get those like, send me this post, send me this inbox, and then I check my DMs and it's from an account with like 400,000 followers. Obviously they're all fake, those are bot followers, like you don't have 437,000 followers. But then they DM me and they'd be like, hey love, like amazing profile, where are you located? And it's like, okay, like first of all, like that's the thing, I don't even understand, is that a bot DMing me, or is that a person just trying to scam me into buying their promotion? Because that's what everyone offered. Like once you start getting, I don't know if this is the same for other content creators or whatnot, but like once I started hitting that like 9,000 mark, all these accounts, like these bot promotion accounts, started like reposting their stuff on my story and like DMing me and asking me if I want to buy followers. And it's like, are you stupid? Because number one, I'm already gaining followers. Like you can clearly tell, I don't know if it's a bot or a real person, but like I'm gaining followers, so why would I buy them? But secondly, also like I'm not gonna buy followers. Like that defeats the whole purpose of like trying to grow your account, right? Like why would I buy followers? Like I don't even have money to buy followers. Like even if I had money to buy followers, I wouldn't, but I also don't have money to buy followers. So like I will say like there was, I don't know how many I gained from like these like fake promotion accounts. Definitely a couple, definitely like I don't know if I'd say like like a couple hundred or something like that. Like most of my followers are like actual people who follow me, and like I can tell because when I post on my story, like I get like interactions from real people, not from AI. But like yes, when I started to like get closer to 10,000, like these bot accounts, like I really do feel like it's real people just trying to scam me, because they're like, I think they assumed that I bought followers even though I was naturally growing my account, and then they're like, oh, this guy's a sucker, let me offer him $50 for 10,000 fake followers. And it's just like, no. But in terms of like, okay, so like I finally hit the algorithm, does that mean I need to do the type of posts you do or something like that? No, right? The thing about the algorithm is it's like, for some people, like their reels do really well. For some people it's posts, for some people it's a lot of hashtag, for some people it's no hashtag. The key part, and like I used to see this all the time and I was like, this is some bullshit, I don't understand. Like this like phrase that people say, find your audience. I was like, that's some bullshit. Like I can't, like their Instagram's not giving me my audience or not, whatever. Like you have, like when you post something that does well, you have to be consistent with it. If something does well, you have to be consistent with it, because that finding your audience, like that one random, because let's be honest here, like everybody has like one random post that does well, like especially if they're, and I'm talking about like if you're like, you know, you're uploading a lot, you're trying to like do this content creation, everybody has one post that does well. Like take that one post and do it again and do it again and do it again and keep on doing that, because like what gives you followers and what gives you likes and what gives you comments will probably give you followers, likes, and comments again if you do something in a similar style, you know? So like, and like in terms of like, oh, what about hashtags, what about keywords? I feel like those do play a part in like how well your video does, even if it's like text above the screen, or it's like using certain hashtags or using a certain description word or like whatever. Like I feel like for everyone that varies, you know, for everyone that varies. So like for me, I used to like have a preset of like hashtags that I would just put below every single reel that I'd upload. And like technically I was trying to hit that target audience, you know, but like those, that didn't work. Like my reels were just not reaching people, right? Versus like when I used only one hashtag and then I posted, and then that started to reach people, right? So it's like maybe for you it'll be 3 hashtags, maybe for someone else it'll be 5, maybe 1, maybe 10. Like there is no set like, okay, this is how you grow your account, this is how you blow up. It's more like you need to experiment, you need to try different things, right? Because imagine I had only kept posting reels, I would have never grown my account, right? So you have to try posting something different, right? So if what you're doing isn't currently working, find something new, right? And if that new thing doesn't work, find another new thing and keep on trying different styles, keep on trying to see what'll work. But then when you do find what works, stay consistent with it, right? Stay consistent with it. Don't ever stop. Keep on like I was posting, like once I figured out that like all I had to do was post in that style to hit 10K, I was posting like 3 times a day, right? 3 times a day for like a month, right? That's already 30 times 30. No, hold on, sorry. 3 times 30, that's already 90 posts. Like 90 posts a month, almost 100 posts a month, right? Because I was posting reels some days too. So like it's not like, oh, like I just blew up out of nowhere and I put in no effort. No, like I was posting videos all the time. I was trying to be interactive, you know, post on your story and, you know, do all that stuff that's gonna show like make your content like interesting, or make it inspiring, or just do something different in general, you know? Like especially I'm talking specifically about people who are trying to get into the like fitness influencer, fitness creator, whatever. Like this is something I realized, and like you might not want to admit it to yourself. Last year I didn't want to admit it to myself, but like your physique also reflects like your following. Like I understood why people, like why I didn't have like 10,000 last year, because my physique was not that good. And sure, there are people with terrible physiques that still have a large following, but like, you know, hey, congratulations to you. I don't know what you post that inspires people or what you post that makes you stand out, but if you have a terrible physique and you still have like an insane amount of followers, you're doing something right. But for me, that wasn't the case. I had a terrible physique and no followers, right? So like I understood in a sense that for me to get bigger, even on social media, I was gonna have to put the effort into myself and grow more and like get bigger. Because like who are you most likely to follow? The 150-pound kid that like deadlifts as we go gym, or like the 200 lean guy that's been lifting for 5 years? Like obviously the more you have to show off, the better chance that you'll blow up. Like there's a reason why some people blow up out of nowhere and they have a crazy physique, because they have a crazy physique, right? So it's like if your content is mid, if your physique is mid, if what you do is boring, or like even if it's not even insightful, like if you just post stupid stuff that like your viewers can gain 0 from it, like yes, I'll admit like maybe I post some boring YouTube videos, or like I just talk for 15 minutes straight, but it's insightful, like you can learn stuff from it, right? So like even if like I'm not saying your content doesn't have to be flashy, it doesn't have to be big, you don't have to do crazy edits. I don't do any of that stuff. I think that stuff is cringy, right? Like, oh, like I put on the Bane mask and I start flexing, whatever, I pretend I'm on trend. Like that shit's lame, in my opinion, right? You can do it if you want. Like I know a lot of people do it for money too. Go ahead, that's great. But like personally, I'd rather not embarrass myself. I'd rather like teach people stuff. And I'd rather show people you know, like, oh, it's possible to like chase after your dreams, to do what you want. And like, no, it isn't my dream to hit 10K. Like, obviously it's super nice, and like I'm gonna, you know, hopefully use this in a way to like boost like my fitness career, whatever. I want to start posting a lot more on YouTube. That's what I plan on doing. Like, I grew my Instagram to 10K, and like what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna try growing my YouTube to 10K. That's gonna be a challenge. I'm at like I'm 1,700 or something like that, but I know I can do it. I know I can figure it out. But besides the point, that is the 10K video. Nice long, almost 16-minute video. I'm super grateful for everybody that followed me on Instagram, for everyone who bought the program, for all the DMs, like the nice words, like all that stuff means so much to me, because it shows that like people care, you know, or that like people are interested, or that someone is watching me and someone is realizing like, wow, like this guy puts in an insane amount of work. Wow, this guy's so dedicated, you know, because especially last year, and this is why like I almost give myself credit, because last year like I was doing everything I was doing now, but with no return, no followers, no likes, no program, no nothing. Like I wasn't getting any recognition basically. And like, you know, that sucked, because I felt like I deserved a little bit more. I felt like I was doing good, and that like, oh, you know, I should have blown up by now and stuff like that. But it ended up happening, you know, in due time. So, you know, again, once more, like I really do appreciate like everything, like especially the like kind DMs and stuff like that. When people say nice things, like it means a lot to me, because like then I know I'm doing something right. Then I know like, oh, it's worth it to keep doing this, to keep posting, to keep inspiring people, because people actually care, you know. That's the main thing. Like, as much as I do want to make this my career, I want to keep posting and stuff like that, like the important part is that I know that like I have impact on someone's life for the better, you know, because all I want to do in the end of the day is help people reach their goals the same way I'm trying to reach my goals. I'm not even there yet. I'm not even at the top, right? But I still want to like show people that it's possible, even just to get the ball rolling, even just to hit 10K, or to hit a new PR, or to hit a new milestone. Like all that stuff has value. Like again, I'm a person that really does believe in like small victories lead to something bigger at the end of the day, you know. So like whether you know, I hit my macros in a day, or a post does well, or someone DMs me something super nice, like every single thing has value, you know. And everything obviously just pushes me to do better, to train harder, to keep posting, because I want to be something, you know. Like I want to like make my dream something more into just like staying in this little bubble, right? Like I want as much as possible. I want to grow as much as possible. I want to reach as many people as possible. But I know, again, that's all a process of like, gotta be patient, gotta stay consistent. But that's basically everything, guys. I will be posting on here a lot more, so be on the lookout for my YouTube videos. Subscribe, hit that comment button, or no, hit that like button. Leave nice comments, or I will delete your comments. But okay, thank you for watching, guys.